Welcome back, everybody. It's time for a huge day of the WPC, the Ace Dota 2 League. I'm Gods. Joining me is Lumi, and we're both very, very excited for today.
We don't look excited.
I'm excited.
You look excited. My hair still looks like I just got out of bed.
Look, I got, I'd say 7 hours of sleep last night, which
Okay.
is more than I've got like in the previous 48 hours, like all combined. So I'm feeling like I can do anything right now, Lumi,
Okay.
including cast LGD versus DK, followed up by IG versus
Including-
VG Gaming.
That's the only thing I could do right now. I can tell you that.
I mean, I could rock climb. I could go
Damn.
do some base diving.
Base
I don't know.
diving.
Want to go jump off a helicopter after this with me,
No.
please? Oh. No?
I'm scared of heights, actually.
I used to be scared of heights.
Okay, well, since Gots is hooked up on some shit, why don't you talk about these first couple of picks?
Well, we've got DK versus LGD. To introduce where we are, this is the Ace
10
WPC
seconds
WPC Ace Dota 2 League, which is like $250,000 up for grabs between I'd say 8 of the top Chinese teams and 2 upcoming WPC teams who've been selected to join them in the main tournament. And both these teams are 2-0. They're at the top of the brackets, the top of the standings currently. We're at the very start of the tournament, of course. But DK having 2-0'd Vici Gaming, LGD they 2-0'd Tong Fu. And they're fighting over some ground here at the top.
Yeah, speaking for LGD, obviously DK just only played 2 matches in the WPC. They've been playing in other tournaments, NEST, I think.
Yes.
That's a tournament. They didn't have really a good showing there, and I'm surprised by the hordes of fanboys betting on DK on the Dota 2 Lounge site. It was like 72% to
Look,
28.
Those odds were not the odds I'm thinking here. I'm thinking at best it's like 55-45, and I don't even know if I'd say it's DK favorite.
No, it's definitely LGD favored. If I had freaking Dota 2, or if this computer is not on VPN,
Look,
and I could access Dota 2 Lounge, I would be betting LGD right now. But
a quick mention in that regard. For those of you watching in Dota TV or watching on the stream who have a Dota TV ticket, let us know. Give us feedback. Tweet at Beyond the Summit. We have a VPN set up, so hopefully the Dota TV audio is better than it's been in the past. There's no guarantees. We're trying everything we can. We've got like a VPN set up in Shanghai that we're connecting through, so the Dota TV audio might be better. We're not really sure. Give us some feedback. If it's worse, we'll go back to the old setup. If it's better, we'll try and keep it. Unfortunately, Lumi can't put his rares.
I'm suffering for you guys.
Yeah.
Because of that.
The sacrifices we make, Lumi.
I know.
We'll
I make, not you guys. I'm the one that's not.
I'll do camera next game or something.
No,
we'll get you a little laptop set
your
up.
cameras. Yeah, hook me up with that.
Yeah, we
Your
got
camera
these
sketch.
iBuy-power laptops we can put to good use.
Just sitting there for the longest time. But yeah, going back to my point, DK had officially had 2 matches. That's on record, and that's from WPC Ace. And they did well in those 2 matches. Whereas LG Gaming's played a lot more. They played in the Cena Cup. They kind of flamed out towards the end, losing to Tong Fu. And they just had a really, really bad day. They lost Tong Fu 2-0, they lost to IG 2-0, and those were pretty much all slumps. But since then, they have recovered quite a bit. So I think both of us agreed.
They came back and beat Tong Fu as the GST challenge. They played directly after. So after losing 2-0 in one-sided match to Tong Fu, they beat Tong Fu 2-0. They beat Mineski 2-0, and then they beat Tong Fu 2-0 again in the
WPCA. So.
Okay.
I think LGD perhaps had a bad day, so I think on good day I actually put money on them over DK.
Yeah, I totally agree. DK obviously, if you ask me, if you said these 2 teams are playing 2 months from now, who do you put your money on? I'd say probably DK, because with some time to sort of work together as a team, you add in Mushi and Ice, and they've got more star power, and it's just going to it's going to be a matter of the team meshing well together.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a lot easier to replace one carry player, Xiao 2G for Sylar, and then say, you know what? Let's see what kind of small tinkering we need to do for our playstyle or hero pool, versus, hey guys, we just have Burning, we just have MMY, we're adding in 3 new players, we're doing a new drafter, we're doing a new kind of pickman and all this stuff. So we'll see how things go. It seems like Razor's going to be the mid-answer for Outworld Devourer.
Yep. Well, we've seen often teams, as soon as the Razors picked up the counter the OD, the lanes get switched all around. LGD actually have done safe lane OD before against Tong Fu when it was Rabbit. That was not Zhao Tuji. Zhao Tuji, who was actually playing the OD in a safe lane. So it's not really a Zhao 8 hero for the middle lane. When they played it, they played it as more of a carry. He went for Midas even. So it's something that LGD can do, and then it sort of negates the Razor pick to a large extent. If he doesn't get the 1v1 mid matchup against OD, the hero is not really as scary.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could have other heroes, as we have Wispin immediately Nyx Assassin selected afterwards. I mean, OD against Razor, I really even don't think it's that bad for OD. I guess players just feel like, hey guys, OD is supposed to win the lane, and it's not really winning it hardcore. Thus, it's a disadvantage matchup. I think you could put OD mid against Razor and just both trade farm. I feel that OD perhaps uses farm better than Razor anyway, so I don't see the whole.
Yeah. If you're just going for like your utility mech 4 stuff and you have an actual
Yeah.
standard carry in the safe lane, OD does more with a mech for his team and some like a 4 stuff than a Razor does. I guess Razor can go mech as well.
Yeah, but I think OD is just a little bit more effective for team fights, but that's just my opinion on that one. But yeah, in the whole quote unquote meta game of OD versus Razor, we saw people at first getting pulled. It was like, oh yeah, more starting regen.
Well, then it became the boots first.
Yeah, boots first, and then the other side had to match it, and then you had to do all these lane switching. I'm like, just straight up lane OD against Razor. It's fine. It's
LGD go with CK, and this is something they could actually put with CK mid if they want to do the OD safe lane. So they have their options. DK, depending on what they pick last, LGD might go for that little lane switch. You can see, look at this like WPC production value going on.
Yeah.
Where are they putting that with?
What a player.
They have the OD mid versus Razor for now. We'll see if these Chinese analysts remain correct about this one, but I love this little like drop down menu of theirs with all the heroes.
If this was a Western team, I would say that Wisp CK is going mid. I have not ever seen a Chinese team actually abuse the fact on Radiant and Wisp. What you could do is tether and break trees on that level 1 camp jungle and pull mid.
Yeah.
And basically deny at least 2 creeps out of every 4 creeps against the enemy mid solo. And that's already godly in itself. You're denying half their experience. More importantly, with CK and the mid lane have so much easy initiation. You plop a war on their side of the hill, then suddenly Reality Rift become kill targets.
Yeah.
But I've never ever seen that on a being played by a Chinese team, so I'm not sure whether they even realize that exists. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, DK, they've, I would say, more or less revealed what they want to do. A gyrocopter safe lane trialing with the Nyx Visage, Razor at the mid lane, and just some kind of a standard ice off lane hero. It's possible they put, I guess, an offensive trialing, but I think with a Nyx Visage, they're unlikely to do so. There's a Wiz CK who they could potentially go up against. I imagine with DK, we're looking more just at your standard laning setup.
Yeah. DK. I mean, DK can go offensive trialing. I don't see the reason not to, right? If that's what they want.
I think just being up against a strong trialing is reason not to. Like they don't have a favorable. They don't really have favorable 1v1 matchups. Like Gyrocopter against Darkseer isn't that good for Gyrocopter.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Flat Cannon as well as.
What do they gain by going offensive trialing? Would you say?
You shut down the Wisp. I mean, that's definitely.
Wisp is a hero you need to shut down.
I think if you shut down Wisp CK in lane, you are heavily advantaged in the game.
So we're looking at Nyx actually played
solo mid
as a solo mid. It looks like so maybe it's an Earthshaker Razor Visage offensive trialing. You put the
that's scary. That's scary as hell. No. You go Gyro Visage Earthshaker.
Gyro safe lane, or do you put Gyro?
No, I think Gyro Visage Earthshaker offensive.
I don't think you can do that because then you have.
Well, I mean, what other lane combination is there for DK? Who's their offlane solo?
You do Razor in the trialing, not the Gyrocopter, because you need a hero that if you're doing offensive trialing, you need to have strong 1v1 matchups. And
Razor's strong 1v1 matchup. Link can run at you. That's strong 1v1.
Well, then so you put Nyx safe lane against Darkseer.
Nyx solo mid against whoever. I guess that's the idea.
But Razor will then be against Darkseer. Who's going against Darkseer? Basically, is the question. You don't have any. To me, Gyrocopter is the hero who does best against Darkseer.
Yeah, that I agree with. I think Razor does okay as well.
Against Darkseer? I don't think so.
I think Iron Shell isn't as scary as it can be, especially against range heroes.
Razor can't farm under his tower very well, though, and will just tank so much damage if you just creep skip his Darkseer.
I suppose.
You can't really use static link to...
The way I see it, I feel range versus Darkseer is just an easy matchup, no matter who it is. So... No? You don't agree? Okay. Well, I think Razor in a trialing... We've seen Razor in trialings all day.
Yeah.
Yesterday, when the OD is dodging the Razor in the safe lane, so that could be a possibility as well. I think the LG team is taking so long with the Earthshaker pick because they were looking for an Earthshaker pick. Because I think they're... Ooh, never mind. Okay, so this is going to be DD's hero. He's going to be playing Doom. LG, as of late, has been selecting a lot of junglers. And the reason... Well, from all the Dota research I've done, it seems like all the junglers that they have selected is... Basically, they're saying, hey, one of our cores are not going to be farming too well because he's either predominantly ganking or predominantly looking for team fights or initiating. So, for example, they would like to pick Enigma with the Clockwork. Clockwork initiates and dies. Chaos Knight initiates. He's not gonna be a one-row carry. He initiates and perhaps dies in the middle of the team fight. So you need something else to kind of carry you over. They really like their 3 core, and the third core in this case probably is gonna be DD's Doombringer.
All right. Well, this is something DK with an offensive tri-lane will actually. I mean, you mentioned shut down the Wisp. Well, considering it's on a tri-lane at bottom for LGD, without a doubt, we're looking towards that offensive tri-lane, I'd say.
Oh, well, hold on, guys. Before any shenanigans goes on.
No more. Lumi 2-inch penis has added you to Steam Friends.
Not yet.
Not yet. Too low. Too slow, guys.
Too slow.
You had your moment to shine. But we'll introduce our 2 teams. Our opening match here. One of the most exciting matchups you can have with the new DK roster. It's going to be Team DK versus LGD. Over on the Radiant side, we're going to see Zhao Chuji or Rabbit playing the Chaos Knight. DDC on the Wisp. We've got Yao playing the Dark Team. Most likely going to go to the offlane. DD on the Jungle Doom. And then
This
finally,
is scary as hell. It's the Fissure's going to hit. Fissure that's going to hit Perfect World Server, as well as Lamp's Fissure. Off the mark, and there goes first blood. Man, if they got Fissure and Impale, oh.
They needed to block him, like, get the Fissure like this, so he couldn't actually get into that little escape path.
I don't see anything.
All right, hopefully,
Jared,
Jared.
do your job.
All right, so the VPN solution. Let's see. Yeah.
Get off this damn BS VPN.
Sorry, Louis, your word's not coming through. I'm on camera.
Holy shit.
The battle begins.
There we go. We're good to go, Lumi.
Okay, well, I shut
You
down those.
get to roam around and have some fun now. Browse Reddit while instead of having to control camera. Team DK, they're over on the Dive side. We've got Ice playing the offlane tri-lane Razor. It looks like MMY going to be playing on the Visage, and then Earthshaker in the hands of Lam, and then mid lane Mushi is going to be playing Nixon. This is a dual lane mid, so with CK is going to be up against the Nixon. That leaves safe lane farming Burning, it looks like. Yeah, Burning actually 1v1 against an OD here, so a lot of mind games going on as far as these lanes are concerned.
Okay. I have to say, before we kind of get on the cast, that HUD is god-awful. Just throwing that out there. Since we're not casting a replay.
Yeah.
My audio's not on?
Alright.
In-game
need to
audio?
reconnect Lumi, get some in-game audio. These Perfect World server curses continuing to plague us, unfortunately.
Alright, so we do see that CK miss matchup. We don't see the level 1 disconnect of the trees and poles and whatnot, which definitely could just own Nyx Assassin all day long. But yeah, it's okay, because Xiao Juji's going to see us just fine. Seems like Earthshaker is going by to make sure that there's no dive going on against Nyx Assassin.
But this is in the Darkseer's safe lane, so by putting the OD top, it looks like DK are going to bring a support top. They bring MMY top, but there's actually a gank coming in. This is DDC with an early gank. He was looking for a stomp there on Burning.
How did he come from?
Was he
offensive jungle lane?
I don't know. This is some next level tactics coming in from DD here.
Oh, you could call it next level, but it's not working either, so I think we go back to my camera now.
Lumi. All right, we're back with you, Lumi. That's probably, they'll make sure our Dota TV sounds are actually, our Dota 2 sounds are actually synced.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even realize there's an observer war here preventing a block, so they definitely are aware of that. But they being DK, but it seems like LGD didn't even go for it, which I find somewhat strange. But in any case, mid lane matchup. Oh god, please, not during DK LGD, guys. God damn it.
More Perfect World server shenanigans.
Is this just Perfect World server, or is this my computer? Because your computer is fine.
Yeah. Sometimes there's different connections to the Perfect World server itself. Like one person will have a there's been times where just this computer was lagging, even without the VPN problem. But luckily, we've got a video source for both these computers, so we may use mine. Right now, the audio maybe not synced up. Mushi, the mid lane, is going to get jumped on though. He's already used the Carapace, and looks like he's going to be just fine. He's got his fast bottle. It's going to be flying out in just a second, so he can bottle Crow as needed. It looks like he's even got a magic stick, which is actually a pretty nice item against Wiz CK. Having the insta-heal when you're maybe being initiated on does help a lot.
What the hell are these lane switches coming in? Now, looks like Razor's going to be matched up against OD on the bot lane, and Darkseer's finally going to go back up top, not before staying high in the mid lane, so...
Yeah. I think OD realized as soon as the supports rotated top, he didn't want to stay there, because Gyrocopter plus supports is not a matchup he wanted.
Yeah, I mean... Sure, there is Astral Imprisonment. They could dodge a ton of that Rocket Barrage, but at the same time, right clicks alone will kind of harass him out of the lane. Pale's going to fly through in the mid lane. It's going to clip the DC for a little bit of harass. Yep. Overall, I want to say LGD favorite lanes. Just coming out of draft, I feel like they have easier and more versatile heroes, so they can rotate a lot easier as well.
Do we have Dota 2 sounds, Jarrett, by the way? Okay. Well, there's going to be initiation on mid lane. Mushi, Vision maybe going to save his life. Not going to be the case. Iron Shell comes out. First Blood goes the way of LGD. If you want to switch back to Lumi's computer, I'll get the Dota 2 sounds fixed on mine. And, well, hopefully... Alright, well, we'll get things sorted out in a second, guys, to make sure these Perfect World server curse does not continue to plague us. But right now, we haven't missed any kills, Lumi. I'm doing good so far.
Okay.
How do you rate my camera work out of 10?
Well, better than mine yesterday. Where I missed Sexy Bamble's 28 kills. And when I say 28, I mean like 3.
Hey, he went beyond godlike.
He did.
He was 10-0 at like 15 minutes.
I caught 3 of those kills.
Rotation. Well, Lam's spending a lot of time. He was actually there for the fissure, like when Mushi got initiated on, but Mushi was... There's no real getting away from the Wisp CK with an Iron Shell as well. Top lane. Looks like there's some pressure on this tier 1 tower and still having problems. Are you still on the VPN, by the way, or is this...
No, I don't know even how to get off it. It says
okay.
VPN's disconnected, so...
Well, we've got some...
Initiation going on the bot lane here. It's going to be a stun on Ice Ice, but Ice Ice is going to turn around here against DDC. He's dropping quick. Can we get a couple more right clicks off?
He's got boots. He could almost go for this one. It looks like he decides not to. The bottle HP regen.
Oh, DDC while turning back in. The 3 seconds on this time here. And I do believe Ice Ice is going to go down to maybe one more Reality Rift. No Reality Rift.
Decides not to go. He doesn't have mana for Reality Rift and Chaos Bolt, so wouldn't be able to get that kill necessarily. But alright, well. Ice 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 forced back to base. He's playing that offlane Razor, and he's actually topping this DS shots right now. DK, somehow with these mind games and lane sub, have ended up on top as far as actual farm goes.
Yeah.
No one on this Radiant team is farming well.
Well, back in the middle here, it looks like Xiao is going to go down. I'm not sure why he's staying with such low HP, but Mushi says okay, or I'll just impel Mana Burn.
Mushi right. For you.
No, that's just Xiao not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Not part of the script.
Not part of the script. Maybe it is, you know. Xiao 2G still on the bot lane, farming away. He's going looking for the power treads, and once he does have the power tread with tether movement speed, he's going to be very, very fast, and faster than just about anything else.
I feel he should have got a Magic Stick early on, like Razor's using Static Link a bit in the Plasma field. Magic Stick on CK helps your mana problems a lot earlier.
Well, he was on the mid lane here, and to be honest, he has a Wisp on a bottle, so I don't think mana is actually an issue. Yep. Vision is completely whipped. The damage actually drained from the Doombringer. I'm not sure why he's chasing. He's looking for a little bit backup.
Buying time for OD.
Time is bought. There's a double damage being taken, and there's a 2-second stun. And well, it looks like everybody has made a rotation, and they did get that 1 kill.
I was about to say, if he'd used that double damage rune, I would have just laughed, because he would still have 0 damage. How sad is that? You pop a double damage rune, and you have 0 damage.
No, he is going to pop it afterwards, where he will have plus 72.
All right. Well, so far, so good for LGD China, I'd say. They do lose. They have lost one hero, the middle OD against Mushi, how they, in a very... unexpected way, which shouldn't happen, but I feel all in all, LGD are getting a decent amount out of these lanes, albeit it is DK farming a good amount.
Okay, it's on my camera now, so if you want to switch your audios, this is the time to go for it, before inevitably my Perfect World server decides to F out.
The curse will come back, just you wait.
Okay, let's actually look at how we're doing in terms of the game. It's slightly goalie for LGD, nothing too much to actually say about. Mushi on the mid lane here, Vendetta back in, but obviously Xiao sees it coming with Central Ward. He can't really play with his fire too much because there is an Earthshaker on the back line. He can just easily fissure from across the ledge. 1300 cast range is that spell. So it looks like Sentry D-Ward can come out. Ooh, not if Xiao D-Ward's at 4. No, I'm not going to go for it. I'm surprised that he didn't go for the D-Ward first.
Well, not going to be the case as... Alright, we're good. We've got a proper backup plan in place now, Lumi.
Okay.
Now, fumbles and foes in this game 1. It doesn't seem to be anything other than the Perfect World servers. As
LG blame the Chinese when shit goes wrong.
It's good. It's like we can flame them on stream as well because they don't watch. They don't listen to us.
I thought you just convinced me yesterday that they do.
They do sometimes.
Okay.
I'm okay. Well, the players don't.
Radiant's
but,
tower
I
is under
I'm
attack.
scared of Ace. Okay.
Okay.
Ace scare me.
Mushi going for runes.
He's got no mana. He can't even pop a Carapace. Even with a magic... He's got 13 mana pool right now.
Yeah.
He just straight up dies. He's not getting any
There's
mana.
a haste rune, and I can't see shit, so it's up to you.
Yeah, he's getting his mana pull back in a second or two, but he's going to be brought down. Yao with an Iron Shell. Oh, Mushi. Sanity's Eclipse gets popped by the OD. OD maybe going to take a fall. He's up to 60 HP, but the Familiars dropping to the ground, almost stunned to help bring down the OD, but... Haste rune on Earthshaker. Can he actually find this OD? OD's got HP already, so Random needs to be careful here. Haste rune still has plenty of duration left, so he's going to be okay. But Alright, Lumi's out of action. Gotta rely on my camera. I'm 4
I'm
for
sick.
4 so far.
I'm sick and disgusted.
Radiant's top
perfect world
tower
server.
is under attack.
Alright, well. I get confused because we don't have sound.
Radiant
But
structures are fortified.
viewers in the stream should have sound now. Thumbs up. Alright. You guys are good. We're not. Lumi and I always get very disoriented casting games when I can't hear what's going on.
I get disoriented when I don't have my own camera control. Oh. You gotta get off that, friends.
Hands free? Oh, uh-oh. Well,
Alright.
I'll fix that in a second here.
Mushi initiating. That's gonna be a one-man stun here on Shao-Tuji. Shao-Tuji's gonna get brought down. Wuss gotta get out of there. He already used his tether, so that's his escape spell. He's gonna die to a slow assumption. So I think MNY probably should have just got out of there and not mess around instead. You know, CK's dying. But please get me off that fucking VPN bullshit.
So I'm guessing for the people in Dota TV, the audio is not better based on the current VPN status. Do apologize for that you bought a ticket, but as mentioned, any of the tournaments played on the Perfect World servers often do have these Dota TV audio issues, especially for us. Somehow our connection from LA is less than
Dire's
optimal.
middle tower is under attack.
All right, well DK, they've got themselves a kill on bottom lane. The 2 kills on bottom lane. They're gonna try and fold this up with a T1 tower now as well. 3, 4. This is their entire team. They're 5-manning bottom right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All right, yeah. Right, are we okay? Are we okay on my computer? Okay. I apologize. I just feel very disoriented now. I don't know what's going on at all.
Dire's
Smoke
middle
angry
tower
up top.
is under attack.
Nothing's
Radiant's
happening because
bottom
there's nobody
tower
there.
is under attack.
Well, let's.
That was a
Radiant's
questionable
bottom
smoking
tower
because
has
Yeah.
they
fallen.
see 5 bot. What are they exactly looking for? Teleport back?
Yeah, Mushi the only one who was he's mid lane, but I guess they haven't. They spot Mushi. There's an observer ward there, so.
Well, they don't know if it's illusion because he's just 2 dudes standing around, you know?
Yeah.
Gotta be illusion.
There's the one in lane. He's trying to bait his illusion at the middle lane. But-
I wonder if you could astral illusions.
All right, let's try to take stock as to where we're at. We've got Wisp almost hitting level 6. Not really much difference for the two teams as far as golden experience goes. So we've got a Wisp CK who are going to have a relocate coming into play soon. Your OD building towards a mech, still a bit of way to go. Darkseid Yao's actually got a lot of gold, 1,700, and he doesn't have to go for a mech, so it'll be interesting to see what he goes for. And then the final hero for LGD, it's going to be a Doom who's got an early phase boots, has level 6 Doom up as well, so he can start getting more involved. And that pretty much sums up LGD.
Yeah, I'm surprised that OD actually, or Doom actually did not go for the standard arcane mech. I guess OD is going to be going for it. Yeah, OD's got that buckler. So we're going to see Doom probably do a little bit more garish of a role. Something that initiates, for example, with Stomp and things of that nature. But for now, they're going to try to defend against this tier 1 tower push. And with Burning sending front line, will the Ogre Club as well as a Ring of Besaid is fairly tanky. Birds coming in, scouting things out, threatening for a couple stuns. There is no glyph available on Radiant side. Here comes DD. He's walking in. The relocate's going to come through. The cooldown's going to be there as well. Ice running into the tree. He's going to be Wisp blowing up immediately because the cooldown. Burning, though, gets Doom. Burning's going to get brought down, but the AoE damage is a lot. There's a deny coming out here. I'm not sure who actually did it, but Doom's going to go down as well. Ice making the big plays here. And we're going to see Yao being forced back, but handily a team fight being won by DK. Coordination is there, and well, LGD getting punished big time.
If you'd asked me, like, what play would be able to get denied like that, first name that would come to mind is Ice. This guy just, like, pulls plays like that out of his ass, and that was that was something. And this is the problem with the Wiz CK. Gyrocopter works so well against it, because as soon as you see that little relocate thing on the minimap, he calls down, and as soon as they came in, they get hit by the first one. They can't really dodge it at all. They can't even dodge the second one, and Wiz gets blown up. CK, sure, he's a bit tankier, but even CK... it takes a lot of damage from that cooldown.
To me, that team fight was won by Ice. Not just for the deny, that's a really nice tactic, but if you saw how he was initiated, he got Astro right here, and instead of just running back to his team, he literally ran into these patch of trees, and that forced LG member to go into that funnel, or at least try to pick up that Razor, and that's really what called down, as well as all the AoE came down and did the rest of the work. But Burning dying in a team fight is not exactly what you want. Well, actually, who died in the team fight?
Burning did, yeah. He got denied. He died and then got denied by Ice. He was the only death on DK.
Or did you just respawn it?
Just respawned, I think.
Okay.
It was
Cool.
not too long of a death. Meanwhile, Nyx Assassin does get himself a kill mid lane. OD once again going down here. Nyx Assassin getting stunned up. I don't think Wiz CK have the damage to kill him off, and there's too much backup here. Lanham has an ultimate as well. There's your Echo Slam. Catches up Darkseid as well. Chaos Knight takes a fall. Needs to try and surge out of here. Arcane Boots in 3 seconds. We could be looking at a Fissure coming out from Lanham. There we go. Fissure gets brought down and takes out the Wisp here. DK just, well, off to a really good start here in Game 1 of this 2-game series.
Yeah, I think DK is just completely outmaneuvering LGD. They're playing around supposedly with tanky and mobile heroes at the same time, but you know, they're getting outmaneuvered. DK's always moving as 4 or 5. We saw the smoke gank up top by LGD and they completely whiffed. I just feel like LGD is just not on their A game.
Yeah, too much time and effort was spent in the early game lane switches, I feel. And also just the initial laning set was just so dependent on what DK were doing with their lanes. Like putting OD to the off lane, having a Darkseer safe lane. I feel like if you just put a standard off lane Darkseer against the Gyrocopter, have a safe lane tri lane, have your OD mid, you're much better off if you're LGD. And that's where the last pick Doom kind of hurts them, because they couldn't just go for a standard safe lane tri lane when they picked up the Doom.
I mean, at the same time, it's not like they're... it's not like they were a lot behind in terms of experience or go coming out of the lane stage. I just feel like the rotations after the lane stage hasn't been good. We saw the 4-man smoke gank up top when you saw 5 heroes of DK pushing a tier 1 tower. There's no reason to make that smoke gank. Maybe they're thinking about teleportation back and catching that person back, but that's not what happened. So I just feel like DK just are moving better with slower heroes in the mid game.
Yeah,
Back in mid lane here, it's going to be... Yeah.
Wisp is dead top.
Yeah.
Alright, well, immediate TP out comes as well. And it looks like right now DK can... They've got mech up on Visage. It's flying out right now, so they can just spend more time grouped up taking fights. Wisp CK relocate does nothing against like 5-man sticking and pushing. You can't relocate into 5 heroes because that's where the AoE cooldown and Nyx Assassin Impale will just completely destroy you. You want Wisp CK to be finding solo heroes that you pick off, and that's something that DK are not going to present to them.
I mean, relocating into 5 or 3 heroes is actually, or 3 or 5 heroes is actually not too bad if you have the proper initiation. I think that relies on Darkseer to run in, get a wall vacuum, and as the enemy team is running away, then you get the relocate CK. And if we look at the Darkseer, he's going for the build that's somewhat being popularized by Bone 7, and then we saw Ice copying it, and now it's going to be...
He got this Midas like 12 minutes into the game as well. It wasn't like it was this incredibly fast Midas.
Right, which, you know, it's okay. It's not a bad item, especially when you don't need things like a mech for a team, because, you know, Xiao's got it. But, which, by the way, Xiao doesn't even have it yet, which is the reason why they're losing these team fights. I think this is a game to say, hey, man, even though we don't need a Darkseer to get a mech, have him get a pipe instead, because there's just so much AoE damage coming out from DK that you just need as much tankability as possible.
Alright, well, DK now get themselves another Adder Tower. This lead of theirs is going to start to increase fast. 7,500 gold lead of theirs, and they're finding the kills. They're denying LGD any sort of space on the map to farm. And LGD, they've got some small things coming their way. The mech on OD is now completed. Darkseer needs to get a few more levels to probably reach a level 2 wall of replica with a few more points in the vacuum, and maybe at that point they get a bit scary, but LGD really don't have the best line for turning this game around and making a comeback, I feel.
Yeah, they lost to choose teamfight role. If you look at Xiao 2G, he's already, you know, somewhat non-existent as a hero.
Yep.
He is going to be just dying more and more as we see it. He's only level 8. Also, you know, the mech is available on Xiao 8, but the mech has been available on MOI for quite a bit, and that's your support evening the farm against a carry.
Yeah, I feel LGD just have to hope that DK give them space to just farm up more items. They need something like a BKB on the Chaos Knight. The Darkseer, you need level 11, I feel, for the maxed out vacuum combined with a wall of replica. All in all, this LGD just needs to somehow get given just time and space to farm these items, which I don't think DK are going to give them the space to farm. Mushi with a Blink Dagger is just going to get a great initiation here on the mid lane if he wants to find it.
Yeah. There is detection available, but these central wards, keep in mind with the nerf range, not exactly seeing a ton here. And they're, you know, Roshan's being threatened right now.
And look, Mushi knows there's very likely be sentry wards along the middle lane and that they're trying to bait him in, so he's staying up here on the cliff. He sees them, and he can blink into initiate. So this is really smart play from Mushi, not falling into the bait that DK that LGD have put mid lane. He might actually snipe his Kuri if he wants to.
Yeah, keep in mind that Nyx Assassin Initiate isn't about the Vendetta hit. It's about the surprise 2-man Impale.
Yeah.
Mushi, I think they see Mushi up on the hill because of the courier. Here comes the Impale. I mean, Xiao should not have died here if, well, there's a self-astral. We're going to see a relocate back out. No, he's just flat out dead.
Soul Assumption finishes him off. Wall is going to be used by Yao, but Yao needs to get the hell out of there. He hasn't got Surge for a second or so. Blink, Impale comes out on DDC. Whisper looks like it's going to take a fall. Doom on Mushi, but Mushi's got full HP, and I don't think Doom can actually chase him down here. Mushi just going to stick with his team, and now it's going to switch target. Gravechill goes to the Chaos
nice
Knight.
dodge here on the Echo Slam, but it doesn't matter here. There's just a ton more spells to go on him afterward. Quick GG, that's 18 minutes, and LGD just taps out.
Wow. What just happened? What went wrong for LGD?
I mean,
I thought their draft was I thought their draft was fine.
No, the draft was okay. The Doom was okay. The laning stage was a little bit suspect with the OD on top, and then we had like a Doom coming to gank. That was all okay. Like LGD, they know how to play from behind, but It was mid game, and they're trying to run around with a CK looking for kills. Didn't find anything. It was Mushi being so much more efficient finding those kills. How many times do we see Mushi Vendetta out of a gank? This is a Chinese game. That should never actually happen. You should have sentry down everywhere. And I think
And
LGD,
getting like the solo kill on OD mid on Zhao Wei, stuff
Right.
like that. Just,
that's the problem when you have a Doom pick. When he's jungle and trying to bring up items, you have
Yeah.
a single support, which is a Wisp, trying to run around centering against the Nyx assassin. That just doesn't work.
Okay, well, game 1 goes to DK, and boy, what a convincing way to do it. 18.5 minutes. DK, we doubted them, Lumi. We said it's maybe an LGD favored matchup. What happened though?
I don't know. The draft maybe not too good.
We'll see what happens game 2 though. We're going to take a quick break, guys. When we come back, LGD versus DK. Game number 2 of the WPC, the Ace Dota 2 League, will be live.